Hello everybody. So we're going to start on our first project together. And last session I talked to you about vine charcoal and compressed charcoal and powdered charcoal, and we played around with all the different ways that we could mess around with different types of charcoal. So in a little bit, my assistant Chandler is going to show you how to tape these off. And we're going to go through a series of experiments that are going to go to a bigger drawing. So I chose to tape this larger sheet off in 3 by 4 inch squares. So this is just drafting tape, and we put drafting tape on the projects because the charcoal is so messy that when you pull this off, it creates a really nice clean edge that you're going to want. So Chandler's going to talk about that. I wanted to show you a few ideas here because you're going to want to have squares that go from light to dark and have different textures to them. You'll be reading a page on Introduction to Mark Making, but for instance, this right here where I have a feeling of light to dark is very different from this light to dark. This I was playing around with press lift, press lift. This one I was just trying to smudge the charcoal and see how much was on it. This is a light eraser. This is me using my fingers. This one is using a mask that is a piece of paper and drawing little lines as I went along, and then just taking my finger and smushing it. And then I did one of compressed charcoal. And the point here is to make as many different kinds of lines as you can and really experiment to get over that feeling of holding a pencil and doing your little straight lines. If you always use the same kind of line to create a drawing, like outlines in pencil, it would be like using the same word all the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you use the pencil like and then like you did this and then you made lines like that. It's very annoying. So they call this a line vocabulary. That is, instead of using the same line the same way, I actually have created a different ways of using my line. So I might have a very swooping feeling in my line vocabulary, or very rigid. So on this one I used cross hatching, and then I used my eraser. Here I made it gray and squiggled on top of it with a compressed charcoal, and then squiggled on top of it with an eraser. I kind of liked this one where I just took the edge of a piece of paper and kept moving it and just kept smearing with my finger after I did it. I liked that it looked like a vent. And then I thought, well, could I create depth by having this one seem light, and then it goes from light to dark? What if I didn't smush it, blend it? I mean, I can still blend it, and maybe I'll blend every other one. So the point on this is to just play around with seeing what's going on. I might want to make clouds. I then use my charcoal pencil, and the charcoal pencil is a little bit finer and gives you more detail. So I was playing with going from light to dark with tubular. This one I took a screening, and I just stuck my charcoal pencil kind of obsessively in each one of the little openings, and then I thought, well, that's dumb. If I put the screen underneath it and just draw on top of the screen, the shape of the screen will come up. And then I got interested in interweaving things and making the lines just go in different directions. And the way I did this was I just placed some tape down, and every time, like I think I placed the tape here and here, and then made a bunch of strokes going up and down. So I used tape to do that one. And then others, it's almost like penmanship, what we used to do when we learned cursive. Can I make the strokes go in all directions? What if I use curly cues? What if I roll it around on its side? So you're going to do several sheets, and Chandler's going to tell you about how to do the unmasking with it and all that. So what you're going to do